I've never told anyone this before, not even my girlfriend, who was with me at the time. I didn't want to scare her back then, and honestly, I still don't know how to explain what happened without sounding crazy, but it's been eating at me for years. Maybe writing it down will help. This happened in 2017, during a long drive from Colorado to Oregon. We were moving out there for her new job, and we thought it'd be fun to make it a road trip, take it slow, see some nature, the kind of thing you romanticize in your head. We left late in the afternoon, and by the time we hit Idaho, it was past midnight. We'd been driving for hours and were both exhausted. I offered to take the next shift while she napped, but we decided to stop at a rest area and crash for a few hours before continuing. It wasn't a big place, just a few parking spots, some vending machines, and a single lit bathroom building. When we pulled in, there were only 2 other cars. One was a pickup truck with a camper shell, completely dark. The other was a beat-up sedan, engine off, but I thought I saw movement inside as we parked. I tried not to think much of it. She reclined her seat and dozed off pretty fast. I couldn't sleep, though. I don't know why, but something about the place felt wrong. I locked the doors, turned off the engine, and sat in silence. It was that kind of silence that almost rings in your ears. About 20 minutes later, I noticed the lights in the bathroom building flicker and go out. That caught my attention. Then they came back on. Then out again. I sat up and squinted. The motion sensor, I figured. Maybe someone was in there. Then I saw a man come out. He was tall, thin, wearing a dark hoodie and jeans. Nothing unusual, except he walked straight toward the sedan and just stood by the passenger side, staring in. Didn't knock, didn't get in, just stood there. I thought maybe he was waiting for someone, but 5 minutes passed, 10. He didn't move, just stood perfectly still, facing the car, like a statue. I tried to convince myself it wasn't that weird. Maybe he was drunk or something. Then I saw the sedan's brake lights flash, just once. No engine noise. The guy didn't react. I looked at the pickup truck, wondering if anyone else was seeing this, but it was still dark. No movement. Suddenly, the man turned, not toward the sedan, but toward our car. I felt my chest tighten. I reached over and gently locked my girlfriend's door, trying not to wake her. He started walking slowly in our direction. Not fast, not threatening, just steady, deliberate. He walked right up to my window and stopped. I didn't move, didn't breathe. He didn't look at me, just stood there, maybe a foot from the glass, head slightly tilted down like he was listening. I didn't want to start the car. I didn't want to draw attention. I just sat there frozen. After what felt like an eternity, he moved, not away, but around the car, walking slowly behind it, then past the passenger side. Still not looking in, still not speaking. He walked back to the bathroom building. The lights flickered again as he went inside. I woke my girlfriend up, told her I had a bad feeling and we needed to go. She didn't ask questions. She just nodded and sat up as I started the engine. As we backed out, I glanced at the sedan. It was empty. I don't mean the person left. I mean there was no one in it. No driver, no passenger. I had seen someone sitting there when we arrived. I was sure of it. And the pickup truck? Still dark. I didn't look back again. We drove straight to the next town and didn't stop until the sun came up. I've checked that rest stop on Google Maps since. It's still there. Same layout, same bathroom. Every time I see it, I get that cold feeling in my gut again. I still don't know what the hell happened that night, but I'll never ever stop at a rest area after dark again. I'm not a paranoid guy. I've driven cross-country 6 times for work, and I've slept in my car more times than I can count. I know the difference between something just feeling off and something actually being wrong. What happened to me near exit 39 was real. and it still messes with my head. This was in late 2019. I was driving from Ohio to Arizona to help my brother move. It was a 2-day drive, and I figured I'd pull over somewhere and nap for a few hours once I got tired. Simple plan. It was around 2:30 a.m. when I saw the sign for exit 39. No town name, just food, gas, lodging. I wasn't expecting much, but the next services were 60 miles ahead. My tank was low, and I could feel myself getting drowsy, so I took the exit. The road curved sharply, then narrowed into what felt like a forgotten street. No gas station lights, no fast food signs, just a dim yellow glow in the distance. Eventually, I saw what looked like an old diner and a gas station across from it. The diner was closed, dark inside, but the gas station had a flickering "open" sign. I pulled in. As I stepped out of my car, I noticed how quiet everything was. No wind, no insects, not even a breeze, just stillness. Inside the gas station, there was a single man behind the counter, middle-aged, thin, with a deep scar running from his temple to his jaw. I gave him a nod and went to grab a coffee and a bag of chips. He didn't say a word until I approached the register. "You're not from around here," he said, not as a question. "Nope, just passing through," I replied, trying to stay casual. He stared at me for a moment, then said something I'll never forget. "You should keep passing through." I half laughed, thinking it was a weird attempt at humor, but he didn't smile. "Seriously," he said, lowering his voice. "Don't stop on this exit again, not at night." I looked at him, waiting for more, but he just scanned my stuff and rang me up. I paid, mumbled a confused "thanks," and walked out. As I got into my car, I noticed a second vehicle I hadn't seen before, a black SUV parked at the edge of the lot. No lights on, windows tinted. I couldn't see inside. I felt something in my chest tighten. I started the car and pulled out quickly. Back on the exit road, I noticed something strange. There were no signs showing how to get back to the highway. No arrows, no directions. The road just split left and right with no indication which way to go. I chose right. About 5 minutes in, I realized I was on a looping road. The same diner, the same gas station, the same flickering light. I had somehow circled back. And the black SUV, it was parked behind the gas station now. Still no lights. Still no sign of anyone inside. I didn't stop. I turned around, went the other direction, heart pounding. After another 5 minutes, I saw something that made my stomach drop. The same exit road, the same diner, the same gas station. That time, I didn't even slow down. I floored it straight past everything. I kept going until my GPS finally picked up signal again, and I was somehow 10 miles off the interstate. When I finally got back on the highway, I glanced in my rearview mirror and saw headlights merge from the ramp. A black SUV. It followed me for almost 20 miles, always behind me, never passing. I switched lanes. So did they. I sped up. So did they. Finally, I pulled into a rest stop crowded with trucks and RVs. As soon as I parked near a well-lit area, the SUV drove past slowly, then disappeared into the night. I've looked up exit 39 since. Best I can tell, it doesn't exist on any map near where I would have been. But I know what I saw, I know what I felt, and I'll never, ever take an unmarked exit again. I was 19, driving solo from Salt Lake City to San Francisco to visit a friend. My parents weren't thrilled about me doing the trip alone, but I was stubborn and thought I was invincible. That changed after Nevada. The drive through the desert was long, flat, and uneventful until just after sunset. I'd been on a 2-lane stretch of Highway 50, the loneliest road in America, for a couple of hours without seeing another car. I started to feel that kind of tired that creeps into your bones. I figured I'd pull over for a few minutes, just to stretch, maybe splash some water on my face. Eventually, I spotted a huge faded billboard that said something like Red Rock Tours, Exit 12. There was no actual exit, though, just a dirt pull-off nearby. I pulled over, left the engine running, and stepped out. The air was dead quiet. No cars, no animals, nothing but the sound of wind brushing through desert grass. That's when I noticed the man. He was standing maybe 30 feet from the billboard, facing it, not moving. At first, I assumed it was a mannequin or some kind of maintenance worker, but something felt off. He was wearing a dark jacket, jeans, and boots, pretty normal, but he didn't move at all. Not when the wind picked up, not even when I called out, "Hey, you okay?" Nothing. He didn't even flinch. I got this awful sinking feeling in my stomach, like something primal was telling me to get back in the car right now. I listened. I slid into the driver's seat and hit the lock button. As soon as I did, the man turned around. His face was blank, not angry, not sad, just empty. He started walking slowly, steadily, right toward me. I panicked and threw the car into drive. I didn't care about the dust or rocks. I tore back onto the highway as fast as I could. I checked my mirror. He was standing in the road now, just watching me go. No chase, no reaction, just that same blank stare. I kept driving for another hour before I saw headlights behind me. Just one pair. They got closer and closer until they were right on my tail. High beams on. I couldn't see a thing. I changed lanes. So did they. I sped up. So did they. Eventually, I saw a gas station ahead and swerved into the lot. The car behind me didn't follow. It just stopped on the road for a few seconds, then turned off its lights and drove away. I ran inside, shaking. The guy at the counter asked if I was okay. I didn't know what to say. How do you explain something like that? To this day, I don't know who that man was or what he wanted. I tried looking up the billboard. Nothing. No tours, no company, no exit 12 on that stretch of highway. I haven't taken a solo road trip since.